Hi, my name is Emily Harrison. This is my career profile number 2 for Family Life 150. For this career profile, I studied the job position of a school counselor. So the work environment is dependent upon the school. I actually ended up talking to one of my friends who just retired recently as a school counselor, and she worked at some schools that were 675 students all the way up to about 3,000 students. The typical hours for work were from 7:30 a.m. till about 4 p.m., but it could be pretty flexible dependent upon who your principal was. She said sometimes she probably could have come in at 7 and left at 3:30 instead when students left. Some of the typical stressors are that the position is a lot like a vice principal at times, that everything comes to you. You help the principal with whatever they need, as well as dealing with mental health situations, suicide attempts or threats. Students are having a really difficult time coping with life nowadays, and so helping them learn how to cope with the various stressors that come to them. And you have to take everything very, very seriously. And so also students as well as teachers and parents all come to you and talk to you about the various things going on in their life. And so that can sometimes be stressful. And also in high school, a lot of times you're dealing with more with academics than with the mental health side. And you're trying to help students pass classes who don't even care if they graduate or not. And so that can be a stressor as well. The typical benefits are the standard health insurance as well as state retirement. And she also said it's great to have time to be available to be a mom. She has actually seen 28 out of her 31 grandchildren born because of the flexibility of her job. She also is working the same time as teachers. And so she had summers off and fall break and Christmas break and things like that. And so those were some great benefits. Some of the common job tasks were working a lot with academic counseling as well as career planning and college and career ready preparations. And then, like I said, helping students pass classes as well as crisis intervention. She also helped set up a crisis intervention team, and so that's a common job task, as well as being over all of the social and emotional learning and one-on-one counseling, running 504 meetings, so behavioral meetings when students have 504 plans, helping with ADD and depression, orchestrating parent meetings, having career workshops, organizing field trips, and really in general, whatever the principal needed help with. Sometimes you're welcoming kids to school in the front of the school, as well as helping with students being picked up after school. And it's very important as well to schedule assemblies and various events, such as anti-bullying assemblies, to be able to promote positive mental health as well. The educational requirements are to have a bachelor's degree as well as a master's. And in California, where she worked, she said you also needed a PPS degree or a PPS credential, which is a pupil personnel credential. The average salary range for where she was starting at about $60,000 and went up to about $120,000 a year. And that's only working the same times teachers are working, and so that's still having summers off, which is pretty amazing. The school counselor that I spoke with had actually had a private practice as a counselor for many years, and she also taught in college as well. But she said both of those plans didn't have any retirement benefits, but as a school counselor, she had retirement benefits. She said that the job is incredibly emotionally rewarding. So even though sometimes it can be tough, she said that it was her absolute favorite job she'd ever had and couldn't think of a better job anyone could have. She did say that the older she got, the more stressful it became for her. And so it's important to, it's a rewarding job because you are able to give back and help people. And so that helps you to be emotionally filled or fulfilled. And that's why the job is so fun. It sounds like an amazing job to me and so incredible to be able to hang out with students all day and help them in any way that we could. But it can also be really frustrating because it can be difficult to watch people not want to grow, even though you're trying to help them grow. So thank you.